Right now, 7, we saw some possible tornadoes in southern Wisconsin Saturday. We'll have the latest on the damage and what happened.
It will be a much calmer day ahead, lower temperatures and humidity levels, but that all changes as early as Monday. We'll time out your next chance of severe weather.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this new hour of Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. We continue to cover last night's storms, bringing damage to several communities across our area. We start this hour in Beloit, where the first site of a potential tornado took place. This video here was submitted by Jordan S., and it shows a possible tornado or the tail of a tornado touching down in Belmont, which is just east of Platteville. But that wasn't the end of what we saw. In Marshall, our meteorologists believe that a tornado could have possibly touched down. This is video from Lori Turner out of Marshall. Our chief meteorologist, Alex Harrington, saying that the flashes you see are not lightning, but instead are power flashes caused by arcing electrical discharges. And we are seeing the result of a possible tornado in the same area. What you see here is from viewer Jared Hamilton. He sent this aerial shot from a farm off of Box Elder Road, left completely damaged. Storm surveyors are expected to be in the Marshall and Waterloo area today to look over some of this damage. And farther north in Sauk County, heavy rain happened there. This is at Devils Lake State Park, with Skillet Creek Media sending these to us. It shows flooding at the North Shore Railway crossing, water flooding into the park there, and a pond nearby reaching the road on the corner of DL and Highway 113. Clearly a lot happening today. Our Savannah Brito is in this morning with a look at what happened and what's to come. Good morning, Savannah.
Good morning, Kyle. Thank you. Yes, we had several tornado, severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings across southern Wisconsin yesterday, but a better day ahead today. 64 in the Dells, 68, still almost 70 degrees in Madison. 70 is the current temperature in Janesville, but it is cooler to the northwest, mid to upper 50s only. That cold front did pack a little bit stronger of a punch there and move across that area earlier. That's why it's a little bit cooler out there. We do have winds out of the northwest. These are going to be a little bit of a factor today, up to about 15 miles per hour later this afternoon. Muggy meter, though, does show dew points still continuing to push downwards. They are going to be around the 60-degree mark still this afternoon, but much better than all of that humidity we have been seeing the last several days. That changes as early as tomorrow. Unfortunately, already our dew points are going to spike again, especially Monday night into Tuesday. That's really our next chance of severe weather. Monday evening, Monday night, and then Tuesday. So a couple different rounds of yet again severe weather. Wind, isolated hail, and also an isolated tornado. Some flooding also cannot be ruled out just because we have seen so much rain over the last couple of days. That going to continue to move through all of southern Wisconsin. So your 2 alert days, Monday and Tuesday. We'll talk a little bit more about the locations, also the timing, and show what future track could look like the next 2 days in just a little bit. Kyle.
Savannah, thank you. Now, as we continue to follow the impact from last night's severe weather, we're going to take a look at some power outages. This is a map by website poweroutage.us. It's showing on their outage scale the worst of these outages is east and south of Madison. You can see Walworth County is in the orange there, which includes Delavan and Lake Geneva, with more than 12,000 without power as of last check. In total, Alliant Energy is reporting about 13,000 throughout the state. And you could see in that map, Rock County is also facing some power outages as well. South of Janesville, there are reports of significant damage to structures and infrastructure. The city of Janesville is working this morning to help out those affected by the weather. This is in collaboration with the Salvation Army of Rock County and the Hale Williams County Resource Center. They are offering transportation and additional services to anyone impacted. And of course, those in need of help can go to either location for that help. Well, as we wake up from last night's storms, we continue to see much of the U.S. experiencing severe weather as well. Many parts of the Midwest are seeing flooding from heavy rains. Meanwhile, other parts of the country are sweltering in extreme summer heat. Reed Binion reports on the conditions seen elsewhere.
I'm definitely going to like the public parks and like pools like these, so kind of keeps me cool.
New York residents among more than 100 million Americans under heat alerts this weekend. The dangerous heat wave bringing blistering temperatures to much of the I-95 corridor, including Washington, D.C., where a heat emergency could bring the first triple-digit temperatures since 2016. The heat wave impacting other parts of the nation as well, from the Ohio Valley to the western U.S., including California, where sizzling temperatures are bringing heat alerts to areas in the southern and central parts of the state. Meanwhile, heavy rain in parts of the Midwest. The city of Rock Valley, Iowa, activating its tornado sirens early Saturday morning to warn residents to evacuate because of flooding in the area. The Sioux County Sheriff's Office released video that shows parts of the city completely underwater. The Sioux Falls National Weather Service Office issued a flash flood emergency overnight due to a levee failure on the Rock River. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds issued a disaster emergency proclamation for 21 counties, including Sioux County, amid severe storms and flooding. Rain also prompting high water rescues in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where at least 9 people were rescued in 24 hours. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Some more local news now. Madison police say they issued over 80 tickets near the Easttown Mall last night. They say it was part of an operation in response to an unsanctioned racing event called Madison Takeover 2024. It was set to take place after the mall closed. Officers wrote people for trespassing, speeding, and reckless driving as part of this operation. MPD saying street racing and reckless driving is a top concern for the department. In health news, scientists in the United Kingdom say they've found a genetic trigger for obesity. They looked at people with 2 faulty copies of a particular gene. It's called SMIM1. The mutations decrease the function of the thyroid and decline energy expenditure. That means people with them will gain more fat with the same amount of food intake as someone with normal copies. In fact, women with the mutation weigh on average 10 pounds more, and men are 5 pounds more. Even though it explains why some people are genetically more likely to store fat, it still doesn't apply to most overweight people. Meanwhile, the Food and Drug Administration has approved the first gene therapy for patients with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's a drug called Elevidys. Last year, Elevidys was approved for 4- and 5-year-old children with the muscle weakening disease. On Thursday, the FDA said any patient over the age of 4 with the disease and a significant gene mutation could take the drug. The FDA says it's too soon to determine if it's safe for children under 4 years old. The one-time infusion from Serpentec terpsichore costs roughly $3.2 million. Duchenne muscular dystrophy progressively makes muscles weak and can prevent a child from being able to walk. And still ahead, we hear about a surfing dog and look at some entertainment news. But first, let's take another live look outside. Savannah will have the full forecast next on Weekend Mornings.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
Now, don't you worry. I'm gonna take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2026. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast so you can enjoy your new windows all summer long.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
I'm exhausted and really need help. Shopping for a mattress is just so confusing, and I'm scared I'll choose the wrong one.
Sounds like you've got mattress shopophobia. At Slumberland, we make things easy. Our sleep counselors are here to help guide you to find the best mattress solution. No jargon, just support.
I'd like to sleep on it.
Sure, no pressure here.
No. I'd like to take this home and sleep on it.
Visit Slumberland. Stop stressing and start sleeping. Shop risk-free with our 365-night guarantee.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Nothing dims my light like a migraine. With Nurtec ODT, I found relief.
The only migraine medication that helps treat and prevent all in one.
To those with migraine, I see you.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura and the preventive treatment of episodic migraine in adults. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
It's time we all shine. Talk to a healthcare provider about Nurtec ODT from Pfizer.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
You're watching News 3 Now, voted Station of the Year 2023 by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Well, as we continue to survey some of the damage from yesterday, our crews came across this, a Lutheran church in Argyle leveled by these storms. No tornadoes have been confirmed yet, but it is possible this was from one. Our Andrew Banster reports from the church later on in our next half hour. Now over to Savannah with a check of our forecast.
Thank you, Kyle. We did have several tornado watches and warnings. One tornado watch that affected pretty much everyone in our immediate viewing area, and these are a look at all of the tornado warnings that we did see yesterday. Several across southern Wisconsin. That did include a couple across Dane County as well. So those storms did race in from Iowa and then continue to push through all of southern Wisconsin yesterday. We had also lots of wind damage, flash flooding, and also some hail reports, but we're waiting on the National Weather Service to go out and survey that damage to confirm the possible tornadoes that did touch down. We just got a note from the National Weather Service office in Milwaukee saying they're sending 3 teams out to survey that damage. But like I said, there was a lot of heavy rain that fell, lots of flooding. We don't have any more current flash flood warnings across the area, but you can see a look at Madison. South of Madison got an inch and a half of rain. The Monroe area about 3.5 inches. So those darker shades of purple and reds, that's anywhere between 2 and 4+ inches of rain. We saw a lot, almost a month's worth of rain in some locations, or even more than that, than what we usually see all month of June. 66 in Lone Rock, 64 in the Dells, almost 70 in Madison. 70 is the current temperature in Janesville, but temperatures are a little bit cooler up near Red Wing, only 55 degrees. Temperatures are also cooler across La Crosse, Wisconsin, and up near Eau Claire. But we do have more severe weather potentially in the forecast. Monday and Tuesday, your next alert days. Wind, hail, and isolated tornado threat for all of southern Wisconsin. This is going to come in a couple different rounds. We'll have to watch Monday evening and especially Monday night into early Tuesday morning. We are going to see a wind event likely form across northwestern Wisconsin and then race down across Madison and then further to the southeast. Black River Falls, Camp Douglas up near La Crosse under a slight risk of seeing those strong, severe to strong thunderstorms out there tomorrow evening and overnight. The rest of the area marginal. This is for Tuesday, Madison, and then especially down towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. That's for Tuesday morning, afternoon. We could see that secondary afternoon and early evening threat again. I do think all modes of severe weather are going to be possible. So the storms are going to form, I think today, all dry. We're not going to see any showers, a mix of sunshine and clouds, though. A calm day Sunday. That is unfortunately going to change, like I said. As early as Monday evening, we could see a couple of pop-up with peak daytime heating storms form in the afternoon. This is about 7 p.m., so late afternoon, early evening could start to see those form. I think this is going to be our big threat that comes overnight, so it will come while people are still asleep or potentially getting ready for work. 12:30 in the morning, just north of Eau Claire. That's then going to race across central and then southern Wisconsin. This is about 2, 3 in the morning, Wautoma, Marshfield, just north of Wisconsin Dells, and then moving just north of Madison. This is pushing about 4:35 in the morning, off towards the lake and out after that, diminishing our severe threat. That doesn't mean it's over, though. We could see that secondary round on Tuesday afternoon. Monday and Tuesday are alert days in Madison, 85 after a cooler and calm day today. 78 only. We're up to almost 90 on Tuesday. Similar conditions for La Crosse, and we are going to keep that alert day in the forecast for up near you, 85 with an alert day Monday.
Samantha, thank you. Next this morning, some positive news. We're meeting a surfing legend that might surprise you. She's retired from competition, but still loves catching waves for a good cause. Here's CBS's Carter Evans.
Here we go.
Oh, yes, surfing a wave this size takes skill.
Oh, she made it.
Even people on the beach sound shocked.
I think she's going to connect, dude.
That's a dog tearing it up in a good way. That's because Skylar the surf dog is a beast on the board.
She surfs legit waves, like real waves.
She surfs some pretty big waves.
Head high for you or me.
Yeah. Probably caught like 10 footers before.
Ooh, Skylar! Homer Hennard says he could tell Skylar had skills the first time he brought her to the beach as a pup.
She ran and jumped on the board. I seen she had really good balance, and I was like, oh, it's on. Come on, girl. Come on.
We hit the water in Santa Cruz, California to see for ourselves. Sharing a wave together, it's obvious this furry phenom has flow.
Look at her putting her paw out there.
Skylar's earned the title of top dog for her K9 gnarliness. But what stands out is her ability to surf solo.
She was naturally leaning on rail and punching bottom turns and lifting up one paw to go this way. And it was like she really got it. Like she was really surfing.
Eventually, she was ready for the holy grail of surfing. They rounded up a barrel for this cattle dog at Kelly Slater's Surf Ranch.
We came out of the tube and it was amazing. I can't even explain it. And she was looking back at me and I was like, that was awesome.
Now at 15, Skylar's surf sessions are primarily surf therapy.
Yeah, doggy. Right there, Skylar.
Helping people overcome challenges by riding waves.
And just this amazing thing happens, you know, where they're just smiling. I almost can see disabilities go away for a brief moment. She looks like she's loving it.
How do you know she's actually having fun? How do you know she likes this?
You can tell. Once we're riding a wave and she's hanging 10 on the nose with her tongue out, looking back up at me, she's been the best surf partner I could ever have.
Who knew a salty dog could be so sweet? Carter Evans, CBS News, Santa Cruz.
In entertainment news, it's an exciting weekend for many Minnesotan Prince fans and lots of out-of-town guests, too. It's the 40th anniversary of the film Purple Rain. People are flocking to Minnesota from all over to take part in festivities. The movie starring Prince and featuring his music jump-started his career, catapulting him to fame and bolstering the Minneapolis music scene.
We've loved him since the 70s, so whenever we can get here, we do. Even in the rain, it's all worth it.
This past week, a huge crowd lined up to see the Revolution perform, causing the streets near First Avenue to close. On Saturday, Morris Day and New Power Generation performed at the State Theater, including several events held at Prince's extraordinary estate, Paisley Park. British actress Emma Thompson called for urgent climate action as she joined thousands of people on a march in London on Saturday. More than 300 organizations joined the Restore Nature Now march to demand government take action to restore the country's wildlife.
It's the most vital issue of our time, and it connects to absolutely everything. It connects to climate change at large, it connects to immigration. If we think we've got any difficulties with immigration, just wait until the parts of the planet become uninhabitable.
Emma Thompson's career spans more than 4 decades, with multiple film and television awards under her belt. She's especially noted for her performance in the films Howard's End and Sense and Sensibility. And Jeopardy fans, listen up. Here's the clue. The latest honor being bestowed on late game show host Alex Trebek. What is a new postal stamp? The U.S. Postal Service announcing it will honor the late Jeopardy host with his own stamp. When you buy a book of 20 stamps, the layout will resemble a Jeopardy game board. Each stamp shares the same clue. This naturalized U.S. citizen hosted the quiz show Jeopardy for 37 seasons. The stamp includes the correct response. Who is Alex Trebek? Pre-sales began on Friday, and post offices will start selling the Trebek stamps on July 22nd. Well, that's your news and entertainment. Coming up next, Savannah will be back with a quick check at today's forecast. Stick around. This is Weekend Mornings.
First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Level Up Plumbing for Best Plumber. Vote for Level Up Plumbing and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Corolla Cross for $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including the Inn at 7 Acre for Best Boutique Hotel. Vote for the Inn at 7 Acre and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We did have a lot of viewers submit photos of yesterday's severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings that we did see. This is from a possible tornado. The National Weather Service sending 3 different crews out to survey damage across southern Wisconsin. This was in Marshall, so thanks to Jared for sending that photo, the aerial photo shot. This one was near Argyle, what was once a church. A lot of areas and trees were uprooted, several areas of damage. These were all the tornado warnings that we saw yesterday. It does not include the severe thunderstorm warnings that we did see. There was also several of those all across our area. It is fortunately going to be a much calmer day ahead today, but we do still have 2 alert days in your forecast. 78, nothing to worry about today. 85 on Monday. Humidity returns, especially Monday night into Tuesday morning. Those are your 2 alert days in the forecast. Will show what future track could look like and also time out the best areas that could see severe weather those days. A much calmer mid to late week. 80 will be the high by Wednesday. Kyle.
Thank you, Savannah. NASA has continued to push back the return of Boeing's first crewed mission to the International Space Station. The Starliner's mission was planned to last 9 days. But as Mark Strassman reports, NASA now says the crew won't return before July.
Ignition and liftoff of Starliner and Atlas V.
Starliner's launch 2 weeks ago was picture perfect, but just hours into the test flight, a problem.
Looks like we picked up a couple more helium leaks.
All right, we're ready to copy and find out exactly what you mean by picked up another helium leak.
The Boeing-built spacecraft had launched with one small helium leak. Now it has 5. Starliner also lost 5 small maneuvering engines on its final approach to the space station. All but 1 were recovered, but the glitches convinced NASA to delay Starliner's return to Earth.
We want to give our teams a little bit more time to look at the data, do some analysis, and make sure we're really ready to come home.
CBS News space analyst Bill Harwood.
They're cleared to come home in an emergency. If they really need to leave right now, they could. It's not like they're stranded on the space station, but NASA just wants to get as much information as they can before the crew comes home.
Yeah, this is a risk, and it's a higher risk than most flights. It is a first flight, right, of the spacecraft with the crew on it.
We met Starliner's crew, astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, in Houston before their launch.
There might be a couple things that we'll be surprised by, but I think we are ready to handle any types of surprises that we get.
So far, all these surprises have been in Starliner's service module, but it gets thrown away before the capsule re-enters Earth's atmosphere, meaning engineers need to examine the faulty hardware while in space.
That's why they're making this big effort to get as much data as they can, because that's what they're going to have to base their decisions on downstream.
Boeing hoped this test flight would lead to regular astronaut flights to the ISS for NASA starting early next year. That's now in jeopardy. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
And coming up next, we'll have a look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
Shop and save during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or get 5 years no interest plus free shipping. The 4th of July sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
Get mega savings on mega fresh produce this Thursday through Sunday during Hy-Vee's Mega Produce Sale. Basket and bushel strawberries, just $1.49 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. Red grapes, just 99 cents a pound. Candy cantaloupe, just $1.49 each. Plus, over 100 additional produce items on sale. If you're picky about produce and delighted by deals, you won't want to miss the Mega Produce Sale this Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Introducing the Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network, helping families with children with special health care needs. We offer streamlined connections to healthcare resources. Located around Wisconsin, Children's Resource Guides are trained specialists. They can get answers, find services, and connect you to community resources in your region of the state. Connect with Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network today. Visit our website or call 877-WISC-WAY.
Here's to sweet summer days together in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment. Here's to supper club celebrations. And to a lifetime of memories. Here's to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. And dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin.
Shop and save during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or get 5 years no interest plus free shipping. The 4th of July sale on now at Denver Mattress.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is taking you beyond the barometer. Email your weather-related questions to firstwarn@wisctv.com, and our team of meteorologists will give you the answers on News 3 Now, live at 4. The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now, with more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now.
Now, 7:30, the latest on severe storms which rolled through southern Wisconsin Saturday night. What's next as people begin to clean up today?
And temperatures are a lot cooler from yesterday. We'll talk about also the next chance we could see severe weather yet again across southern Wisconsin.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is Sunday, June 23rd. Again, we begin this half hour by taking a look at those powerful storms which moved through southern Wisconsin last night. To set things up, we have a look at some time-lapse footage from our Skycam in downtown Madison, showing the storms moving in, bringing with it a lot of rain. And as you can see, the view completely overtaken at points by this storm. Those storms moved out of Madison into eastern Dane County to the village of Marshall, and that's where our meteorologists believe a tornado could have possibly touched down. This is video from Lori Turner out of Marshall. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington says that the flashes you are seeing are not lightning, but instead are power flashes, and that's light caused by arcing electrical discharges, likely coming from power lines. And we are seeing many power outages still being reported by Alliant Energy along with other utilities across southern Wisconsin. At last check on Alliant before we came on air this morning, there were about 11,000 customers without power, mostly in Walworth County near Delavan and Lake Geneva. Rock County at this hour is seeing a little more than about 1,000 in the dark. And this morning, undoubtedly, people are going to be waking up to damage across southern Wisconsin as the full magnitude of these storms comes to light. And this is a live look at the Grant County Courthouse Square in Lancaster. Grant County itself saw 2 tornado warnings last night, but this morning, things are looking just fine there. We know in other parts it's not the same situation. We'll take a look at more damage later on, but we do want to take a look at what's to come for today. Meteorologist Savannah Brito is in this morning. Good morning, Savannah.
Good morning, Kyle. Thank you. Today, luckily, going to be a much calmer day ahead, but we do want to make you all aware that we do have 2 alert days in the forecast, Monday and Tuesday. So we're not quite done yet with severe weather chances. Today is going to be just fine, though. Like I said, 68 in Madison, 64 in Wisconsin Dells, 60 in Camp Douglas. But temperatures are cooler, mid to upper 50s just to our northwest. So those areas did see that cold front move across the area a little earlier, allowing temperatures to fall. Winds are out of the northwest. Those are going to gust potentially up to about 15 miles per hour, so winds will be a little bit of a factor. The humidity, no factor today. We're going to see dew points just around the 60-degree mark, much more comfortable than what we have seen the last several days. They spike again, though, tomorrow, especially tomorrow night into Tuesday. You can see dew points rise to almost oppressive levels, so it'll be hard to breathe outside again, especially Tuesday morning. That's also when our next potential best chance of severe weather is going to be across southern Wisconsin. Wind, hail, an isolated tornado threat. All modes of severe weather are going to be possible for all of southern Wisconsin. 2 alert days in your forecast, Monday and then again on Tuesday. Up near Camp Douglas, just north of La Crosse, Black River Falls, I think those areas have the best chance of seeing severe weather. Monday evening, potentially an isolated threat. The main threat going to come overnight into early Tuesday. We're going to show what future track could look like coming up a little later. Kyle.
Savannah, thank you. Continuing on of our coverage of last night's storms in Columbia County, sheriff's officials are warning drivers to be aware of high waters over the roadway. This photo here was taken after the storms passed through. Deputies say drivers should also be aware there might be potential mudslides in the Lodi area and throughout other areas in the county. They remind drivers to please turn around if you do see water over the roadways. Now, Saturday's storms were not just isolated to one area. This was widespread. South of Janesville, there are reports of significant damage to structures and infrastructure. The city of Janesville is working this morning to help out those affected by the weather. This is in collaboration with the Salvation Army of Rock County and the Hale Williams County Resource Center. They are offering transportation and additional services to anyone impacted. And of course, those in need can get help at either location. Right now, cleanup is underway in Argyle. This after a possible tornado destroyed Apple Grove Lutheran Church. Our Andrew Banster has details on the damage seen there.
We are here at the site of Apple Grove Lutheran Church, just west of Argyle, and a suspected tornado, our First Warn weather teams think such, has leveled what was Apple Grove Lutheran Church. As I step away and show you, this was the front steps, we believe, and the entrance into the church. Basically, the whole building leveled. What stands, you can see, is a small structure just off to the right, but surrounding it, debris everywhere. I stepped over and I just saw a pew in front of me. There was a Bible just sitting on the ground. When you go back behind the church, there's a cemetery of which the gravestones were leveled all over the place, some of them still intact. I did speak with a gentleman who grew up here his entire life. He lives just down the road. He said that he was safe and so was his house, but was talking to his sisters who were baptized in this church, married in this church, and the pain can be summed up in a couple words. As he said, this just sucks. It's really hard to imagine, and a striking picture as even some of the church was blown across the street by this major storm. A really, really scary sight here just west of Argyle, and one we're thinking of everybody involved. Now, the pastor did post on Facebook saying that everybody is still safe, but you just can't imagine the damage, especially for the people that are waking up this morning planning to go to church. We'll have more coverage from the storm damage all day long, but for now, in Argyle, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
Andrew, thank you. And we have learned there will be a service at the church this morning at 10, and we will have a crew there and bring you more as the church and community look to rebuild in our later newscast. Switching gears now, it was earlier this month when CEOs from across Dane County met for a summit with the United Way of Dane County. The group met to discuss ways local companies can help address needs in the county. This past week, a panel of local CEOs joined News 3 Now's For the Record to discuss some of the challenges they want to address as part of these discussions.
Even though we're, recognized as one of the greatest places to live in the entire country, we were hearing statistics that we have over 10% of our population living in poverty. We have 600 homeless people. We were hearing we have over 20,000 people without health coverage.
You can see more from the conversation later on this morning at 10:30 on For the Record. President Biden is behind closed doors at Camp David this weekend, getting ready for Thursday's presidential debate. As for Donald Trump, he was on the campaign trail in Philadelphia on Saturday. CBS's Natalie Brand shares the details ahead of their pivotal face-off.
I'll say it again and again, vote Christians.
Before a room full of conservative Christians, former President Trump touted the Supreme Court's decision 2 years ago Monday to overturn Roe v. Wade.
And we've gotten abortion out of the federal government and back to the states.
I think most of us are a one-issue voter.
Anti-abortion activists, including Hokaved Torres, say they will push Trump to support a federal ban on abortion, a move the former president has said he does not support.
The people he surrounds himself with are pro-life, so we are confident that, his mind could be changed.
There is a lot that the former president could do if put back into office with just executive action.
Alexis McGill Johnson of Planned Parenthood's political arm says reproductive rights are still driving support for President Biden.
The energy is on fire on the ground. People understand what it means to have a freedom taken away, especially one that we have enjoyed for almost 50 years.
President Biden is expected to attack Trump as a threat to abortion rights during Thursday's debate, as both campaigns try to break through to undecided voters.
Have you made up your mind about who you're going to vote for president in November?
I've been going back and forth on this.
Trump held a rally in Battleground, Pennsylvania Saturday evening. President Biden remains at Camp David through the weekend, privately preparing for next week's debate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And coming up next on Weekend Mornings, Israeli airstrikes killed at least 39 people yesterday. What the fallout from this could be. Weekend Mornings will be back after this.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $40 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $40. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, your #1 choice for barbecue and catering. Vote online for Beef Butter Barbecue today.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer.
Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy-efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
We're in the middle of living large
and having a big day.
The meeting point of humanity and history.
In the middle of being the fun uncle.
In the middle of being a kid again.
Beep, beep.
There's something for everyone in Illinois.
The middle of everything.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Oh, another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and crannies splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, 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 nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Nothing dims my light like a migraine. With Nurtec ODT, I found relief.
The only migraine medication that helps treat and prevent all in one.
To those with migraine, I see you.
For the acute treatment of migraine with or without aura and the preventive treatment of episodic migraine in adults. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec ODT. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
It's time we all shine. Talk to a healthcare provider about Nurtec ODT from Pfizer.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $40 you spend. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $40. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
We got a lot of viewer photos submitted to us, so thank you to everyone who did submit any photos from last night's possible tornadoes. This is an aerial shot in Marshall, so thanks to Jared for sending that over to us. We also had lots of reports of damage kind of down near Argyle. This was sent in by Matthew, so thank you also for that. The National Weather Service office did update us this morning that they are going to send 3 different crews down, one to Williams Bay. One is going to be near Janesville and then head west over Greene and Lafayette counties, another near Jefferson and Dane counties. We did get a report early this morning that there's at least 10 trees down, large limbs ripped off at Walworth Avenue and Cherry Street near and in Williams Bay. So lots of damage. There was several tornado warnings and several severe thunderstorm warnings across southern Wisconsin yesterday. We're done with the weather for today as far as severe goes or anything. It's going to be much more comfortable outside. Really a picture perfect Sunday with off and on sunshine, but then the severe weather threat increases again for tomorrow evening and overnight and then into Tuesday. So 2 alert days are in your forecast, Monday and Tuesday. The heat and humidity both going to be a factor those days, Kyle.
All right, thank you, Savannah. Palestinian officials say at least 39 people were killed by Israeli airstrikes yesterday across northern Gaza. The attacks hit 4 separate neighborhoods in Gaza City, where Israel says it was targeting Hamas terrorist infrastructure. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
The frantic moments after the strike in the Al-Shati refugee camp show buildings blown to rubble and the desperate search for survivors. Gaza's Civil Defense Agency says dozens were killed and more wounded or missing in what's described as a residential complex. Israel's military said its fighter jets struck 2 Hamas military sites. To the south, in Rafah, where Israel's ground invasion continues, the International Red Cross said 22 people were killed and 45 wounded after the shelling of a tent camp near a field hospital. The Israeli military said the incident is under review, but the Associated Press reports the camp may have been outside an Israeli designated safe zone. Meanwhile, the Israeli military is intensifying attacks on Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. Israel says Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran, continues to fire projectiles into northern Israel. The UN Secretary General warned about the conflict turning into a wider war.
One rash move, one miscalculation could trigger a catastrophe that goes far beyond the border and, frankly, beyond imagination.
In the Red Sea, the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels have stepped up attacks on shipping vessels. And on Saturday in Tel Aviv, tens of thousands called for a ceasefire in Gaza and the release of remaining hostages. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
U.S. officials have said they believe a ceasefire in Gaza will help stop attacks along Israel's northern border with Lebanon, but the U.S. is also trying to broker a diplomatic solution to contain that conflict. Still ahead, we take a look at some sports news, including Badger football coach Luke Fickell and the offseason. And let's take a live look outside again this morning. Savannah will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Accelerated Psychiatry for Best Mental Health Facility. Vote for Accelerated Psychiatry and all your favorites at madisonmagazine.com.
Like a bowl of cherries, life in Attic Angel is healthy and sweet. Our independent and assisted living lifestyles include newly renovated apartments, engaging social activities, and wellness support that is tailored to you. As time marches on, we promote the idea that life can always be a bowl of cherries. Attic Angel Community, the house that angels built.
Now, don't you worry. I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco. Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2026. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast so you can enjoy your new windows all summer long. 2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco. Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Buck and Honey's for Best Restaurant, Best Catering, Best New Restaurant, and Best Outdoor Dining. Vote online for Buck and Honey's today.
Sometimes the do-it-yourself route isn't the best option. Call Monona Plumbing instead and get your plumbing problem fixed right.
A name you can trust when service is a must.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Happy Sunday. Good morning. We had several warnings issued across southern Wisconsin yesterday as this line of showers and storms did move in from central Wisconsin and even Iowa and Minnesota. Those did track in, and then the National Weather Service did issue several warnings, like I mentioned. No confirmed tornadoes yet, still waiting on the National Weather Service. They actually did put in the group chat this morning that they are sending 3 separate crews out across southern Wisconsin to survey that damage from yesterday, but we We had several hail reports and also gusty winds, and then also flash flooding. We saw a lot of heavy rain in the span of a minimal period or a small period of time. Reports even close to 4 inches. Those red colors up near Monroe and then just north of Lone Rock, those were pushing 4 inches of rainfall. This was all yesterday evening from the storms that we did see. That brings us up to 7.1 inches of rainfall. That's our sum so far June 2024 in Madison. We're up almost 3¼ inches, so we're basically nearly double where we should be for rainfall. So lots of heavy rain that did prompt flash flood warnings to get issued yesterday. No rain in the forecast today. That changes as early as tomorrow and Tuesday though. 65 in Lone Rock, 63 in Mineral Point, 68 in Madison, 70 in both Janesville and Milwaukee, 61 though in La Crosse, 58 in Eau Claire. So temperatures are a little bit cooler to our northwest. Like I said, severe weather chances and storm chances return though as early as Monday. Wind first and foremost. Again, that's going to be our big threat. Hail and even an isolated tornado, though, again, cannot be completely ruled out as we go through Monday and then Tuesday. Those are your 2 alert days in the forecast for all of southern Wisconsin. I think the better chance is going to be tomorrow, at least in the evening, isolated threat. But then tomorrow night into early Tuesday morning, we are going to see a line develop kind of up near Eau Claire. That's then going to kind of bow out. So that meaning our wind is going to be primarily our big threat as we go to early Tuesday morning. So if you have early commutes, definitely going to be impacted to that. This is 3 in the morning, Wautoma, and then near Wisconsin Dells by about 3:34 in the morning, north of Madison, and then continuing to push off towards the lake. Our severe weather threats diminish briefly after that, thinking we could see a secondary round, though, in the afternoon and then also in the evening. So we do have 2 alert days in your forecast. Humidity, not going to be a factor today. It'll actually be a really calm day in the aftermath of yesterday, 78, and then temperatures warm. Mid-80s Monday, upper 80s, even a couple 90s out there likely for Tuesday, and then temperatures are going to fall. Midweek is going to be a lot more calm, so less active. We'll also see some sunshine return to the forecast. Wednesday 80, we're down to 79 on Thursday. Storm chances could return on Friday into Saturday. Then this is your 7-day extended forecast for La Crosse. An alert day up, I think, for Monday. Tuesday's threat, don't see an alert day, at least for the La Crosse area, just because I think that's going to be Madison, at least better chances Madison and then south, especially towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Similar temperatures up there, a few degrees cooler possibly. I don't think the better chance of seeing 90s is going to be up near La Crosse. Kyle, I think that's going to be Madison and southward. So it will be very hot on Tuesday too.
Savannah, thank you. Sports, Luke Fickell has been coaching, or rather cooking, this offseason. We are still 2 months out from his second season leading Wisconsin football, but he's been working hard on the recruiting trail, building what ranks as a top 10 recruiting class in the country. He kept the hot streak going on Saturday, adding his 10th commitment to the month of June alone in Nicholas Clayton, a consensus 3-star defensive end that 247 Sports lists as the 54th best edge rusher in his class. His commitment makes for 21 recruits in this 2025 class. USA Volleyball has announced its 14-player roster for the NORCSICA Final 6 tournament, and 2 Badgers made the cut, with Sarah Franklin and Carter Booth wearing the red, white, and blue. The Final 6 is like the Olympics, but for college athletes. They'll compete for a world championship while being groomed for the 2028 Olympic Games. And to the golf links, where the Travelers Championship, where Cam Young had a historic round, shooting a 59, catching 7 birdies and 2 eagles. It's only the 13th time in PGA Tour history that a golfer was broken in 60 in a round, and the first since Scottie Scheffler in 2020. That's it for sports. Still ahead, you want to take a look at this, but you've never seen a dog surfing before. CBS's Carter Evans is in Santa Cruz with the adorable pup. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
I love the co-op because of the good food and it supports the community.
I love the fresh produce, coffee at the juice bar for while I'm shopping, and the large selection of bulk products.
I think the prices are great. I love the co-op because they make healthy food affordable for people.
I love the people who work here and the people who shop here.
The vibe is great, and they have fun cooking classes for kids.
I love the co-op. I come here almost every day.
It's kind of my mini vacation going there.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Looking to buy or sell? Call Tommy Van Ness Realty, First Weber's #1 team, dedicated to making your real estate dreams a reality.
At Tommy Van Ness Realty, we understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding the perfect match for your lifestyle.
Trust Tommy Van Ness Realty for all of your real estate needs.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
I'm Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway with 3 things to know as we celebrate Pride Month. Pride is a chance to learn LGBTQ+ history. Many trailblazers, like Dick Wagner, have called Madison home. Madison is a national leader in providing equal rights and protections to the LGBTQ+ community. Hate has no place in the 608. Pride Month is an opportunity to let LGBTQ+ young people know that we support and love them. Happy Pride.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares community outreach.
All right, finally this morning, it's got some positive news to end the day. We're meeting a surfing legend that might surprise you. She's retired from competition, but still loves catching waves for a good cause. Skylar here can ride a surfboard like no other pup, but her best skill is being able to do it solo. And you heard that right, she loves catching waves and can do it all by herself. And better yet, she does it for therapy. This puppy in Santa Cruz sure loves surfing. And I'll tell you what, she seems to be having a whole lot of fun, something you don't see a lot of today. Let's get one final check of the forecast, Savannah.
Super, super cute. We had a lot of severe thunderstorm and also tornado warnings across southern Wisconsin yesterday. The good news is we have a much calmer day ahead today. Lower humidity, 78's your high, but then 2 alert days are in the forecast, Monday and Tuesday. So we're not done yet. Could have the potential of seeing strong to severe thunderstorms Monday evening, overnight, and then again Tuesday. Wednesday, though, Kyle, 80 and some sunshine.
Thank you, Savannah. Thank you all for watching. Have a great Sunday.